Michael Hutchinson preparing for his first NHL game. Obviously been looking forward to this day. Initially drafted by the Boston Bruins. Starting goaltenders for tonight brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh. Ilya Bryzgalov coming off his 33rd career shutout on Saturday. He will be back in nets for the Minnesota Wild. And Michael Hutchinson, the 24-year-old who started the year in the East Coast League, makes his debut in the National Hockey League. Referees are Eric Furlat and Ian Walsh. The linesmen are Matt McPherson and Brian Pensich. Michael Frolik ahead for Evander Kane on the line with Little and Frolik, and Little will chip it in. Spurgeon back with Little. Kane is on the loose puck. Kane to the line. Trouba sends it cross ice to Stewart, deflected by Frolik wide. Battle along the boards, a shot and a redirect there by Kane, and that goes up into the netting in the Minnesota zone. Tonight's game plan brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL.
And Winnipeg Jets, you just got a little taste of it. Get in on that forecheck. If Ryan Suter wants to play 30 minutes, his partner's Jared Spurgeon, not the biggest guy. You got to get the pucks in deep, make them pay, turn it over, and attack the net. And for the Wild, it's all about counter and speed to neutral zone. Right off the opening faceoff, they ran a set play, almost caught the Jets. They'll have to be mindful of that quick strike attack that the Wild can go for.
Halishchuk in on the forecheck. Brodziak for the Wild, but Setoguchi takes it away. Setoguchi, the former Wild, now cross-ice party from Redmond, and back in deep. Halishchuk in on the forecheck. Brodin is on the loose puck, trying to get it to Fontaine, too far. Matt Cook and Zach Redmond after it, and we have an icing call very early in this opening period. Jets pass holders, watch for the Jets Rewards bonus code during tonight's game. Enter the code by logging into Jets Rewards and receive 50 bonus points redeemable for unique Winnipeg Jets benefits and experiences. Jets Rewards, reward your passion. Jokinen with goals in back-to-back games for Enstrom. Back to Jokinen, now to Wheeler. Wheeler finds some room. Wheeler hangs on, puts that to the far side, and it misses. Wheeler lets this go to Jokinen. Tangradi on this line, but it's back to Paul Postma, and that shot is off of Matt Cook. Jokinen for Tangradi, on for Wheeler, in for Postma. Off the end of his stick, and Matt Cook will carry back for the Wild. Cook will bounce it in. Enstrom is after it. Fontaine after him. Postma settles it down. Out at center and redirected in by Wheeler, and that will signal a change for the Jets. Jonathan Blum for Scandella. Stewart is there for the Jets. For Anthony Peluso, he'll leave for Trouba. Trouba gets tied up on the far side board. Stewart clears it away. Slater in his 500th NHL game. Up for Trouba. He couldn't handle it. Unable to pick it up cleanly was Carl Klingberg as he makes his season debut. Had one call-up when the Jets were on the West Coast. Did not get into any action. Peluso tried to redirect for Slater. That got blocked. Klingberg. He got stopped at the line. This is Klingberg's 8th NHL game. Anthony Peluso stripped of the puck by McCormick. Slater is on it. He'll bounce it. Ryan Suter quickly ahead for Nino Niederreiter. The wrist shot wide of the southpaw, Michael Hutchinson.
A great look in warm-up. Zach Parise took a glance over and was eyeballing Hutchinson, saying, "Who is this guy?" And he catches with the wrong hand, trying to absorb whatever he could about a goalie he knows nothing about.
The wrong hand opinion is that of Mike Johnson, not necessarily of this broadcast. Set it around the boards. Bounced up for Michael Frolik. Frolik to the line. That doesn't get out. Adam Party back in behind his own net in a battle. Parise, Koivu out there along with Coyle. Through the middle of the ice for Little. On for Evander Kane. In on Nate Prosser. Shot is off of Prosser and wide. Frolik tracks it down. Tries to spin it back for Kane. Brodin is there to tip it out. And Paul Postma will find Toby Enstrom. Enstrom with his 10th goal of the year in Toronto Saturday to tie a career high. After it is Eric Odell. Odell away from Brodin. Setoguchi is on the loose puck. Devin Setoguchi Chased all the way back to the line, protects it, gets it for Edstrom. He'll jam it back for Setoguchi, around for O'Dell. Squeezed out by Brodin. Cook couldn't pick it up cleanly. Postma shot is blocked. It comes back to him. Postma. Cross ice for Enstrom. For Setoguchi. Slot quickly to the front of the net by Haluschuk. And it went wide. O'Dell, sharp angle. That never got through. Haluschuk for Setoguchi. No score here in the early going. Setoguchi leaves it at the line. A dangerous pass, and Matt Cook starts back for the Wild. Setoguchi gets back on him, and Mark Stewart is on the puck. Off a linesman's skate, right onto the stick of Devin Setoguchi. Scandella floats this back, and Jacob Trouba will take it. Trouba, with his 10th of the year in Toronto, establishes a franchise high for goals by a rookie defenseman. Long shot in by Bloom into the catching glove of Michael Hutchinson, and that brings a reaction from the crowd here at the MTS Center. Wheeler wide, Wheeler on Scandella. Wheeler twisting and turning, finds a little bit of room, leaves it for Jokinen, but it is gobbled up and played up the left side boards, and now finally onto the stick of Jonathan Blum. Pominville, long slap shot, that is gloved, and Hutchinson is going to hang on to it.
And you like the educated crowd here in Winnipeg, recognizing Michael Hutchinson's first game, trying to get his first save. Just give me a touch here, and he gloves it down, keeps it alive, but it came almost 5 minutes into the game, as you can hear them. See, there's a shot. The crowd reacts it. And he's looking for a touch, so a couple rims, he just stayed in his net. He's not overplaying anything, as he's just trying to settle the nerves, calm the butterflies, and get in the flow of the game.
He did play a preseason game here for the Jets against Ottawa.
That is nothing like when it counts, though. You know what, the way he feels, the importance of it, the magnitude. He's an NHL player now. You can never take it away. He is a starting NHL goaltender, and if he never plays another game, he'll always have that. And that's not the case with the preseason game with a mixed bag of a lineup.
22 wins in the ECHL.
Numbers are through the roof.
They are.
East Coast League, listen, of course it's not the NHL, it's not the American League, but guys can still shoot the puck. In fact, they probably more breakdowns and more chances against at that level than at the NHL level, and you still have to make the saves and keep the pucks out of your net. And the numbers speak for themselves.
ECHL goalie of the week twice in his time there before getting promoted up to the St. John's Ice Caps. Anthony Peluso looking for a loose puck in the corner. Brodin is there for the Wild. He'll stuff it up looking for Nino Niederreiter. McCormick clears, and the Wild will find some room. Niederreiter beaten to the loose puck there by Redmond. Stéphane Veilleux goes to the front of the net. Trying to work it out front is McCormick. Hutchinson is down, scramble, and grabbed off by Adam Party. For Jim Slater. Back for Carl Klingberg, back for Party, and cross for Redmond. Up for Anthony Peluso, pressure coming from Mikko Koivu, so he'll just chip it off the boards and out to center ice. Adam Party in for Michael Frolik, in tight backhander, and Ilya Bryzgalov will make the save and hang on to it. No score, Jets and Wild.
Ilya Bryzgalov has not had much to do in this first period so far. Makes a pretty good save on a tip there, but what seemed like a pretty innocent acquisition by Chuck Fletcher has turned out to be very astute. With all those goalies flying around on the trade deadline, he went out and got Ilya Bryzgalov. Had a lot of people scratching their heads. Why would they go get him when all the other guys were available? Well, he's only coming here, been 5-0-3. Tremendous numbers, and led them seemingly to the playoffs that they'll clinch shortly. But clearly Chuck Fletcher knew what he was getting in the goaltender, and from all reports within the dressing room, he's got along quite fine, and Chuck Fletcher must have done his due diligence on the person and teammate as well.
Well, injuries were such a concern as this one ends up in behind the Jets net. Matt Cook, and still a concern for the Minnesota Wild when you're talking about their netminders. At the blue line, Spurgeon for Suter. Through traffic, never got to the net. Postma blocked it. Matt Cook is on it. Sharp angle and a left shoulder save made by Michael Hutchinson. Devin Setoguchi in for Eric O'Dell. Finds a little room, save, rebound, save. As Bryzgalov had to be quick on that one as it came off Matt Haluschuk in front of the net.
That's a good reaction save there, Bryzgalov on the rebound.
Fans have not gotten on Bryzgalov. I thought they might be on him a little bit.
Give him time.
Scandella. Kane is in on him, takes him to the corner boards, and the puck ricochets into the Minnesota bench.
We were just talking about how well Ilya Bryzgalov has played since coming to Minnesota, and you get a little taste of exactly what he's bringing. First save on Odell, but the rebound that Haluschak gets towards the net off his body, and he gets across. Athletic push to get the right pad on it. And you think about where would they be? They've already used 7 goaltenders this season, second only to the Buffalo Sabres. And their depth has been tested, but what a find to get this kind of play out of Bryzgalov.
Backstrom is done for the year. Josh Harding had a great start to the season. In fact, his goals against average and save percentage still leads the NHL. Darcy Kemper came in, did a good job for them, then he got hurt. Little for Frolik, cross ice. Stewart snaps it for Trouba and on for Kane. And that's going to roll into Bryzgalov's crease, and he's going to pounce on it.
And you think about where would they be without Bryzgalov? You just mentioned Backstrom, Harding, Kemper, who's played so well. So now it's Bryzgalov, a guy that at least has some experience heading down the stretch and very likely into the playoffs. Because if not, it would be their backup Curry trying to lead the charge down the stretch, securing a playoff spot. And you think about how much this team has invested financially trying to get over the hump into the playoffs and be a contender, and to put it on an unknown goaltender would be very difficult.
Matt Moulson for the Wild. Jared Spurgeon crossed the line for Pominville, but offside called against the Minnesota Wild.
And the second line, a little different look to it right now because Pominville's a mainstay. Matt Moulson's a newcomer, but the centerman, Erik Haula, is recently instituted as Michael Granlund is out once again with a concussion, and I'm worried about him now. He's had a few in his career, and he's had a very good year. I'm not sure when he'll be back and ready to go.
Michael Hutchinson just had a little spill in behind the Jets net. Brought a little murmur from the crowd here at the MTS Center. Eric Tangradi in on the forecheck. Ryan Suter, first man back. Suter now with Jokinen closing in for Pominville, and Pominville will deflect it back to the Jets line. Moulson in on Redmond. Redmond snaps this back to the Minnesota line. Moulson for Haula. Stopped at the line by Adam Pardy, who has been so good for the Winnipeg Jets in the last 15-16 games. Haula for Pominville. Plays it through. Enstrom lost his stick. Adam Pardy is after it. Toby Enstrom gathers it in. And Enstrom will start back for the Winnipeg Jets. For Jim Slater. Slater for Carl Klingberg. Klingberg's wrist shot is off a stick. Coyle is after it to the corner. Coyle ahead for Parise to center, no further. Koivu now in on Paul Postma. Postma turns and finds Enstrom. Back for Postma. Tripped up on the play. Zach Parise's going to get the game's first penalty. Winnipeg Jets will get the game's first power play.
Isn't that nice to see? A guy heads right to the box when he knows he's got a penalty and without complaining. Has a nice sidestep by Postma. Knows he's under pressure from Parise right away and gets going laterally. Parise puts the stick across the thigh, knocks him down, and Winnipeg goes to the power play. Right now, a little debate outside the blue line as to where this faceoff should be, whether it was offside, and that's what caused a whistle, or like all power play faceoffs in the offensive zone.
So the conference continues, and faceoff will be outside the line. Little, Kane, Wheeler start up front for the Jets on the power play in the absence of Andrew Ladd and Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien does lead the Jets in power play time per game at 3:27. That man right there, Toby Enstrom, is next at 3:16. Wheeler down that left side. Wheeler fires! Good save by Bryzgalov off of Blake Wheeler.
And you see the speed of Blake Wheeler and the willingness to shoot. In years past, he'd always want to get closer and closer to the net. But the drop back play, then Brian Little hits a streaking Blake Wheeler, and there's no chance for Prosser to hold the blue line when he's got that kind of gap and that kind of speed coming at him. And it's a good hard wrister into the glove side of Bryzgalov, forcing A good save.
67 points on the year for Blake Wheeler. That leads the Jets and would also lead 16 other NHL teams.
It's impressive. That's an impressive number.
Enstrom for Blake Wheeler. To the goal line for Brian Little and back to the line for Enstrom. Jets power play in work here in the opening period. Kane trying to center off a skate. Bryzgalov had to be careful. Jacob Trouba still looking for his first NHL power play goal. Gets it for Enstrom. Enstrom finds Evander Kane. Kane will drive it in and go in after it. Last 15 games, the Jets power play operating at over 23%. So it has been a lot better. Cross ice, Trouba, and that shot off the stick. Little in front, another save by Bryzgalov. Wheeler tried to go cross ice for Little. It got poked away. Kane is on it with Scandella. Kane wins the battle for Jacob Trouba. Trouba watched by Haula. In for Kane. Kane tried to send it cross ice to Little. It rolled off his stick, and the Wild will clear. 36 seconds in the power play. Minnesota's penalty kill has been an area of concern, under 80% on the season. Frolik couldn't get a stick on it. Out the center, Redmond will find Devin Setoguchi. For Paul Postma, it's off a skate. And Postma back into his own end. Postma to center, and he'll snap this in after it. Frolik. Spurgeon is after him. Ryan Suter there as well. Jammed away from McCormick at the line. Redmond steered away by Jared Spurgeon. 2 shots on that power play by the Winnipeg Jets. Frolik tight turns. Gets it for Jokinen. Jokinen for Setoguchi. Bounced away from him, but Zach Redmond jumps in on it. Taken away in the corner by Parise. And the Wild will start back with Matt Cook for Parise. Takes a look over the left shoulder to see who's with him. To the line in the slot for Jonathan Bloom. And off a stick and wide. Halischuk to center ice, following up Odell. And that's as far as they get. Winnipeg Jets with some chances on that last power play. But this game remains scoreless. Special night for Jim Slater with more Sarah Orlusky.
Tonight is Jim Slater's 500th regular season NHL game. He was selected 30th overall back in 2002 by the Atlanta Thrashers. All 500 games with the Atlanta or Winnipeg organizations. He was reminiscing this morning about his first game. How are these for opening lineups for him? His line mates, Mark Savard and Peter Bondra. And I was asking Paul Maurice then about Jim Slater. He mentioned all the things that we know about him, his leadership, his ability in the face-off circle as great assets. He also said that when he was the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, they actually tried to acquire Slater early on in his career.
And then he jokingly said, that's not tampering now that I'm coaching him, is it?
Pretty amazing, though, for a guy who plays the role he has and has played that role most of his career. 4th line and not a lot of minutes to get to 500 games. Usually guys like that, especially with the same franchise.
And it took a while for Jim Slater to show Paul Maurice what he could do, because when Paul Maurice arrived on the scene, Slater was on IR. In across the line for Wheeler, tried to drop it back for Tangradi. It came outside the line. Tangradi on that line with Wheeler and Jokinen in the absence of Dustin Byfuglien, who is done for the season with a torn rib muscle. Andrew Ladd also not in the lineup, but for now listed day-to-day. Jacob Trouba in on Ryan Suter, the 2 defensemen that we showed you at the top of the show, who chew up big-time minutes for their teams. Jokinen on the loose puck. Back for Wheeler. Wheeler played for the University of Minnesota Gophers. Jokinen behind the net trying to work it free. Jared Spurgeon watches him. Tangradi for Mark Stewart. And that shot did not miss by much. Mark Stewart, another Minnesota native. Jason Pominville came over last season at the trade deadline from the Buffalo Sabres. Mikko Koivu for Parise. Off his stick, and Kane will send it back for Jacob Trouba. The youngster Charlie Coyle is on Trouba. Knocked it off his stick. It does slide back into the Wild zone, though. Brodin is on it. Out for Coyle, away from him. Redmond quickly for Evander Kane. Kane's pass was stopped by Koivu. Kane gets it again. Jammed up for Little. He'll leave for Frolik. Frolik with Kane going to the net. Frolik back to the blue line. Redmond fires. Got deflected off the stick, but it went wide. Brodin had it. He's stripped of the puck. Little tried to center. Coyle breaks it up. Parisi for Charlie Coyle. In for Mikko Koivu. Koivu beaten to the puck there by Redmond. Ahead for Matt Halischuk. Halischuk will chip it in, goes in after it. Ryan Suter, first man back for Nate Prosser. Up for Brodziak, and Brodziak looking for Cook. Postma and Cook are after it. Postma wins the battle. Finds Eric O'Dell. He'll get to the red line and bounce it wide. Brizgalov will stop it. And Ryan Suter will find Fontaine. Great rookie year for Justin Fontaine with 13 goals. Up the boards by Klingberg. It got blocked by Brodziak. Blum waits for it at the line. The former CHL Defenseman of the Year with the Vancouver Giants. Paul Postma gets all tied up in behind the net with Matt Cook. And Eric O'Dell will go down low to help out. Chipped in. After it goes Carl Klingberg. Fontaine will bring it back, and it's right back into the Jet zone. No score here in the early going. Dennis Bayak, Mike Johnson, Sarah Orlusky, our TSN Jets crew at the MTS Center. Klingberg along the boards. Veilleux gets jammed there by Slater. Puck finally does come loose, and Nate Prosser will put it back in the Jet zone where Michael Hutchinson will leave it for Jacob Trouba. Slater back for Trouba. Spins it back for Mark Stewart. Sends it on along for Carl Klingberg, playing the offside. And now the Jets are going to get their first penalty of the hockey game, and the Minnesota Wild will be on the power play when we come back to the MTS Center.
Mark Stewart into the box for the Winnipeg Jets, that he gets caught with an elbow. He's playing this puck, doesn't even know where McCormick is, just standing there. McCormick skates into the elbow that was not put up into his face. It was up that high because he had to choke up to play the puck along the boards. Tough call. I mean, I know you have to be responsible for where you put your body, where you put your stick, but McCormick skated right into it as he was playing the puck, and I can understand the gripe that was coming from the Winnipeg Jets bench there.
Power play for the Wild, their first of the night. Ryan Suter leads them in power play ice time at 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
That's surprising.
Yeah, correct. The double whammy for the Jets is Mark Stewart leads them in penalty kill time. Koivu to the far side, and Hutchinson got a piece of that. Suter at the line. The Wild 1 for 13 on the power play against the Jets this season. Hutchinson down on that short side will smother it.
And you see what the Minnesota Wild are trying to do here on the power play. They go to an umbrella formation with Koivu, Pominville, and Suter, and then they put two guys with good sticks and good battles down around the front of the net. Molson in the high slot, Parise right in front of the net, and just take their chances that those two will be able to get a piece of the puck, get a rebound, create something in tight as they try to outnumber the Jets down in front of the net.
Only one power play goal in the last 6 games for the Minnesota Wild. The Wild with 92 points as they have a 5-point lead on Dallas, with Phoenix right in behind Dallas. Here comes Brian Little. Little drops it back, Frolik, and Brizgalov the save on the short side off Michael Frolik. Back to the line. Enstrom sends this in behind the net. The Winnipeg Jets have scored 5 shorthanded goals this season. Minnesota Wild have given up 7. Jets make a change, and Ryan Suter will park in behind his own net while the Wild do the same. Charlie Coyle for Nino Niederreiter. Niederreiter almost put that onto the stick of Evander Kane. Jared Spurgeon plays it back in behind the Jets net. Paul Postma's first man on the puck. He gets taken to the backboards by Nino Niederreiter. Adam Pardy is over there. Back to the blue line for Brodin. That shot hit a leg. Spurgeon tried to go cross ice, blocked by the shaft of Blake Wheeler's stick, and ricochets back to the Minnesota line.
There was also a body that got underneath Evander Kane for the first block.
Nino Niederreiter short side, and the save by Hutchinson, and he'll hang on to that.
It's a wild power play, but the best chances come to the Winnipeg Jets as they turn a puck over here. Look at Brian Little skate to space so he can create a little speed. Toby Enstrom recognizes his 3-on-2 potential, and so he jumps up, giving Michael Frolik a chance on the wrister. And if you can attack with only one defenseman out there, it's a good idea. Evander Kane's there, but it gets through his legs, but Wheeler is there to shut down the shooting lane, and then the quick stick to block the next one.
Another face-off win for Brian Little, and they tried to clear it down the ice as we look at Michael Frolik.
What a nice addition he has been in Winnipeg this year. Was really in a defensive role in Chicago and embraced that, became very good at, valued penalty killer, won a cup, but showing a little bit more of the offensive game he had earlier in his career as he's up over 40 points once again. And one of those ladder guys, you put him on the third line, have him checked, you put him on the second line with scorers, and he fits in there as well. And coaches love guys like that. They can slide up and down the lineup.
That was the change that Paul Maurice made immediately, is he moved Michael Frolik onto that line with Little and Ladd. That last faceoff win by Brian Little, by the way, was his 6th of the night as Michael Hutchinson catches this one. So Brian Little has now surpassed the 1,600 faceoff total for the season for Paul Maurice's team.
And you're right, Paul Maurice put Frolik up there for Ladd and Little because he wanted 3 scoring lines. He put Bufflin at forward, shuffled the deck a little bit because he wanted a little bit more depth to their attack, and it worked very well. Obviously, as soon as he started winning, they didn't stop for quite a while. And now you get Little and a Frolik out there, and with a Ladd, and that much better defensively as well.
That shot is blocked. Hutchinson is spilled with some traffic in front of the net. Tangrady's on it. Jets back at full strength. 3 shots on that power play for the Minnesota Wild. Saw the scar on the forehead of Paul Maurice. That happened in the Pittsburgh game here last Thursday. Blake Wheeler down that right side. Wheeler cross ice to Jokinen, and that shot never got through. Said for a while he was seeing about 5 or 6 Sidney Crosby, says, which would be great for Dan Bilesman, but not so good for me. Zach Redmond gets to center and chips it in. Bryzgalov will leave it there for Ryan Suter. And Evander Kane in on the forecheck. Suter for Jared Spurgeon as we are into the final minute of period number 1. Jacob Trouba back for it, and we have an interference penalty coming to the Winnipeg Jets.
I think you are correct. And it's Mark Stewart again. He is perplexed, as is Paul Maurice, trying to exactly what I did, but it's one of those ones holding up after a soft dump into the corner and just trying to give your defensive partner a little bit extra time. And just steps in, pins him off when the puck's not there, and not a whole lot to that as he squeezed off Pominville. And so Mark Stewart's wondering, that's 2 soft calls. And while they're back to the power play.
Mark Stewart's been on a tough goal here. He was in the penalty box twice against Pittsburgh, once against Toronto, and now heads to the penalty box for his 2nd time tonight.
Winnipeg penalties number 5, Mark Stewart.
Koivu.
For interference. Top of the penalty, 1905.
To the goal line, Parise trying to center it out front. Battling for it, Trouba. Molson is there. Puck does come loose, kept in by Ryan Suter for Parise. But Trouba's going to be first on the puck. Slides it ahead to Michael Frolik. Frolik on the backhand, tried to get it past Pominville, could not. Toby Enstrom with a rolling puck that's going to give him some trouble. Plays it back to Trouba. Trouba slams it around the boards. Pominville stops it. That rolling puck gave Enstrom all sorts of trouble. Now Frolik back to Jacob Trouba. And Trouba on the forehand will send this down the ice. Ryan Suter back. Is they going to try one last rush or just let the period come to an end? And that is what happens. Scoreless after 1.
A pretty good period for the Winnipeg Jets against the Minnesota Wild here, out shooting them, didn't give them too many chances. 5-on-5 play, and lots of support for their rookie goaltender Michael Hutchinson as he gets his first period of his career under his belt.
So no score after one period. The shot 7-6 in favor of the Jets. Coming up between periods 1 and 2, we will hear from Winnipeg Jets head coach Paul Maurice as he was asked this morning about what happened with Evander Kane on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Scoreless after one here at the MTS Center. Fans making their way back to their seats as the Jets and the Minnesota Wild get set to start period number 2 as we welcome you back to the MTS Center. Talked about Adam Pardy, MJ, and his solid play for the Jets.
Just another very efficient period. He's like an offensive lineman, Dennis. The less you talk about him, the less you notice him, the better job he's doing. We didn't talk about an awful lot in that first period. Crisp outlet passes, making good decisions, hard on the puck. Exactly the way they want him to be, and he'll have to be that way right now as the Jets start off shorthanded with 1:07 to kill as Mark Stewart is still in the box.
Stewart went off for interference. Back to Adam Pardy. He was the highlight of the night on TSN on Thursday night after the couple of great moves in the game against Pittsburgh. Bouncing puck at the line. Ricochets and cleared to the blue line. This skips away from Ryan Suter.
I still kind of like when Adam Pardy was the highlight of the night when he went to the crowd in Chicago and lost his helmet.
Yes, that's right. He's been on a couple of times for an unassuming kind of guy.
Yeah.
Koivu plays it around the boards, waiting for it as Jason Pominville. Power play continues for the Wild for another 20 seconds. Parise sends it around for Ryan Suter. Suter almost lost it against the checking of Wheeler. Gets it down low for Parise. Watched by Enstrom. For Koivu. Watched by Wheeler. Back for in front of the net. Score! Charlie Coyle takes the pass and the one-timer with 2 seconds left to go in the power play, and the Wild with the 1-0 lead.
Subtle little change for Minnesota in the power play. They had Matt Moulson out there, left-handed shot. They put Charlie Coyle out there, right-hand shot. They want to work the puck off the right side here, and Parise finds him right in the slot in a place where only a right-hander could shoot it. Matt Moulson couldn't one-time the puck like that right there, and Coyle leans on it while going down and gets it through Michael Hutchinson. But nice adjustment by the coaching staff of the Minnesota Wild, getting the righty out there in that first unit to give him a shooting option in the slot.
12 on the year for Coyle. And his third power play goal of the year, and the Minnesota Wild with the 1-0 lead.
Charlie Coyle, another one of those good young players for the Minnesota Wild. He, a couple of years at Boston University and World Juniors. Very talented player. Watch him on the shootouts. He's got that long reach, soft hands. And he's only going to get better as he continues to get a little bit more experience in the NHL.
Initially a San Jose draft pick involved in that Brent Burns deal. Setaguchi, sharp angle backhand shot, stopped by Brizgalov, cleared out the center. Halister tried to get it back into the Minnesota zone. It got blocked, and Adam Pardy goes after it. Pardy for Eric Odell. Odell got bumped on the play, and Pardy will send it ahead for Halister to the line, no further. Off the corner boards. Eric Odell trying to get it outside the line, can't. Redmond settles it down, gets it to Adam Pardy, and now back for Eric Odell. He'll send it in. Jets start a line change. Eric Tangradi is in on the forecheck. Jokinen and Wheeler, his line mates, are out there as well, and taken by Mark Stewart. Stewart, cross-ice feed for Eric Tangradi. Tangradi to the line, chips this around Scandella. Tangradi and Scandella pick up their battle in the corner. Jokinen is there to help out. Sends it around where Blake Wheeler is going to jump on the loose puck. Wheeler wanted to get it back to the line, but McCormick was keeping an eye on Mark Stewart. Jared Spurgeon got bowled over there by Tangradi. Nino Niederreiter for Scandella, but Tangradi is on the puck. Tangradi and Jokinen trying to keep it in. It skips past Trouba up on the glass, and Stewart ahead for Blake Wheeler. And Wheeler will send it in. Evander Kane works it free. His pass back to the line got picked off by Pominville. For Veilleux. And back in behind the Jets net. Kane looking for a little bit of room and finds some. Here comes Kane. In full flight, Kane to the line. Takes it to the middle of the ice. Lost his footing and fell, and the Wild turn it right back up ice. Pominville Rink wide for Howla to the short side. Hutchinson the save. Right back for Paul Postma as they open it up with Kane. Postma, Frolik. Frolik the shot. Left pad save, Bryzgalov. Little tried to jam it down low. It's turned over, and Postma couldn't keep it in with that left skate. Howla for Pominville. He finds the trailer, but good job back checking there by Frolik. That prevented Molson from getting a stick on that puck. Hutchinson will leave it for Zach Redmond. Postma, with pressure coming, just sends this back into the Minnesota end, and this is going to be an icing call against Winnipeg.
And Minnesota is very good at counterattacking with the puck, and when you turn it over, they will go quickly and go the other way. You have to be so careful how you manage the puck. Evander Kane, he turns it over, but you like the back check and the effort to go all the way back, pick it up himself, and go the other way using that speed. But again, if you make a bad decision, Minnesota will counter and go the other way. You just have to be so careful where you put the puck because Minnesota's always in the right spot.
Coyle, Parisi, and Koivu back out for Minnesota. With that goal, Coyle extends his point streak to 4 games, 2 goals and 3 assists. He also has 10 points in 10 games for the Minnesota Wild. That top line has been very consistent for Minnesota as of late. No score, by the way, between Calgary and New Jersey. There's a shot from the line that goes off a stick and high. New Jersey getting themselves back into the race for a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, and now a penalty coming to Zach Parise. So Mark Stewart has gone off twice for the Winnipeg Jets, and Zach Parise is going off for the second time for the Minnesota Wild.
And he's got the same confused look that Stewart had on his couple penalties, and it's the second time in a row that Zach Parise's going for a trip. And usually pretty disciplined with his stick. And I don't know if he tripped him there. Trying to cut in around him, might have clicked skates as Redmond was backing up. And much like Stewart's penalties, that's one that's debatable. You know what, you take what you get though. Minnesota took advantage of a questionable call. Don Winnipeg do the same.
Second power play of the game for the Jets. Enstrom for Jacob Trouba. Watch there by Brodziak, back for Enstrom, and now quickly on for Brian Little. Little across the line, Little and Wheeler, 8 power play goals each on the season for the Winnipeg Jets. Dustin Byfuglien also has 8, and that's where Byfuglien will finish the year, as injury will keep him out of the remaining 2 games after tonight. Trouba ahead for Enstrom, it's off his stick. Scandella turns and fires it to the line, and they say it did come out. It is knocked down there by Trouba, offside called against the Jets.
That's a good eye there by the linesman because Trouba's hand was just outside the blue line. And you mentioned Dustin Byfuglien not being out there. Jets have scored 40 power play goals this year. Dustin Byfuglien's got 26 power play points, so it runs through him when he's on the ice. With him not there, Jacob Trouba will have it run through him at the blue line, and that's part of his development and maturation as he gets better to become that power play quarterback that Byfuglien has been this year.
Trouba puts on the brakes, gets it for Eric O'Dell. No room for O'Dell against the checking of Matt Cook. Now Brodin plays it back into his own zone, and Nate Prosser is going to slam it down the ice. Ole Jokinen for Enstrom. Back for Ole Jokinen into the Minnesota zone with some speed. Eric O'Dell goes after the loose puck, tied up on the backboards. Trouba trying to jam it back down low against the checking of Stéphane Veilleux. Jokinen, his pass was blocked by Brodin. Setoguchi's waiting for it, never does get to him. Tried to jam it back for Jokinen to the line, but kept in by Jacob Trouba. Back for Setoguchi, quickly out to the front of the net. A good play there by Bryzgalov. Quick shot by Jokinen, and Bryzgalov got a piece of that. Jokinen, as the Jets' power play continues. Jokinen fakes, now slips it back for Enstrom. Traffic in front, and quickly to the front of the net by Redmond, looking for Setoguchi, but it got blocked. And the power play comes to an end, knocked down by a high stick. And we get a stoppage of play, and the Jets will be blanked on the power play for the second time in this game. 1-0.
One skill that the best power play defensemen have beyond the passing and the shooting is the ability to keep pucks alive and keep them in the offensive zone. And Trouba does a nice job of that. That's on his backhand, hard ring around. He keeps it alive and gets the Jets a chance to take a puck to the net for a couple shots on Ilya Bryzgalov. And you have to have a lot of confidence to hang in there, that you won't get beat. You have to have good hands, and maybe most importantly, good judgment as to when you should go and when you shouldn't. And Jacob Trouba is figuring it out.
And Jacob Trouba Saturday into double digits. Franchise record for rookie defenseman. 10 on the year for Trouba. Zach Bogosian 9. Toby Enstrom had 5 in his rookie season. Paul Postma had 4. And with that 10th of the year, the Jets now have 11 players into double digits in goal scoring. And that leads the National Hockey League.
And it reinforces Paul Maurice's idea that scoring goals is not the problem for Winnipeg. Keep them out of their own net.
Here comes Coyle into the slot. Parise the shot. Good save by Hutchinson off of Zach Parise.
There you see a good save by Michael Hutchinson as he turns away Zach Parise. And this is what Minnesota does. They will trap it up and they will force the turnover, and when they do, they go quickly the other way. Right now, Jets are in full control, no problem, but if you mishandle it just for a minute, as Brian Little does right there, gives a bad pass up the wall, and they're gone. And just like that, quick strike attack and chance to the net for Parise. You just have to be very disciplined, keep the pucks on the wall moving forward in the neutral zone.
Scandella for Jason Pominville, and taking that up high is Hutchinson, and he'll hang on. We'll have another face-off.
Good rebound control there for Michael Hutchinson not to let it go anywhere. Common face-off play here. Pominville brushes off the winger going to the point, then slides over to the boards for the kick-down play. And it's hard for the other defenseman to release all the way from the slot to get out there and cover him, so he's got a little time to let the shot go.
10 times Michael Hutchinson has been a backup in a Winnipeg Jets game. First it was Andre Pavlik who was injured, and then it was Al Montoya who got injured. He also served as a backup for the Boston Bruins in 2 games. Postma for Jokinen, for Eric Tangrady. In behind Wheeler, but Enstrom will jump on it, gets it for Wheeler, who tried to find Tangrady. It's chopped back out to center ice. Enstrom is on the loose puck, and he'll slam it right back in. Scandella couldn't pick it up. Eric Tangrady does. For Wheeler. Wheeler trying to get away from John Blum. Tangrady had it hop over his stick, and Pominville comes back for Minnesota with Scandella. Back for Pominville, in for Blum. Quick shot that missed. Sharp angle chance for Matt Molson, that went wide. Koivu to the line for Blum. That low shot missed the net. Scandella fires it. He missed the net. Pominville stripped of the puck, and Zach Redmond is on it. Talk about the Winnipeg Jets. They had 18 missed shots against Pittsburgh, 17 in Toronto. The Jets coming into tonight are 8th in the National Hockey League in missed shots. Los Angeles leads the way. And the Wild had a few on that last shift.
Probably why the Los Angeles Kings are the Corsi darlings of the NHL right now. All those shot attempts towards the net.
Parise will deflect it in. Zach Redmond first on the loose puck. Plays it up the boards. Parise traps it. Adam Party in a battle. Eric O'Dell down low gets it to Halistruck. Back to Party. Wild very aggressive on the forecheck. Parise is on the puck. Coyle now goes to the far side boards. Jammed away from him, but Nate Prosser's going to hold it in. Adam Party now with Parise and Koivu both on him. O'Dell gets it for Halistruck, and he'll skate it out. Halistruck tried to slide it through, could not. Too many men on the ice.
Absolutely. Cody McCormick on early before Mikko Koivu got to the bench. Mike Yeo disagrees vehemently, but he's saying Parise touched the puck. McCormick was already on the ice. And you see here, there's the back check. Here comes McCormick over the boards. Koivu's not yet off, and who touches it? Not McCormick, but Parise. But he's also queuing up a 3-on-2. Then there's Koivu just stepping off the ice. So it was not McCormick who touched it. That is correct, but he was part of the play in that he created the rush. He created the indecision from the Winnipeg Jet defender. And so I think it's a good call by the referees, and Nino Niederreiter over to serve the too-many-man penalty.
Now, Mike Yeo, in all fairness to him, was watching the play go up the ice, so he may not have seen Koivu jumping into the bench late. He may have thought Koivu was already off. That's why.
You can hear him saying it was Friese who touched it, and it was McCormick changing for Koivu, but he impacted the play.
Brian Little in behind the net. Ryan Suter's after him. To the blue line for Enstrom. Enstrom down to Trouba, who's in from the line. Trouba takes it wide. Trouba, Little, Kane at the line. That shot hit Trouba. Chipped out, and Brodziak will clear it back. Little friendly fire there on Jacob Trouba. Kane to the wild line, no further. Haula will leave it for Suter. Back for Jared Spurgeon, and he'll fire it down the ice. Jets make a change. Wild make a change. Trouba in for Ole Jokinen. Jokinen sends it on for Michael Frolik. Back for Ole Jokinen to the line for Trouba. 1-0 Wild. Jets on their third power play of the game. Jokinen to the goal line. Frolik quickly looking for Enstrom. Couldn't get a stick on it, and then Enstrom got spilled in front of the net by Bayou.
I like the idea for Frolik, but he's too deep in the corner. Giving the defenseman too much time to react to the pass. A little tighter to the net. Makes it harder to defend.
Trouba stays out there. Tried to make his way to the bench. Has to play it. Paul Postma is on it, but Matt Cook will chase him all the way back down the ice. Left wing pass for Michael Frolik. Frolik to the line, and finally Trouba will make his way off, and out comes Zach Redmond. Ole Jokinen. Bank pass for Zach Redmond. Quickly cross ice. One-timer by Postma. Good save by Brzgalov on a good shot there from Paul Postma. One shot on that power play for the Winnipeg Jets. Charlie Coyle with the only goal in this game. It's 1-0 Wild.
Ilya Brzgalov did not have to make a save until the last couple seconds of that power play, but it was a pretty good one as Postma takes a rolling puck, tees it up, and Setoguchi right in front gets the tip of this one up, and he only makes the save but also smothers the rebound. And then of course we go right into a commercial break, and Brzgalov back in the net getting ready to go. And during the commercial breaks, goalies almost always leave their crease. They come to the bench, they towel off, they get a drink, chat with the guys on the bench. Hutchinson did not do any of that. He hung in there in his net, didn't come anywhere near the bench, and the defensemen right by me were putting the water bottle up on the boards, getting ready for his arrival like they do with Montoya, like they do with Pavlik. It just sat there because Hutchinson does not come to the bench on commercial breaks.
Quiet time.
A little, well, goalies, who knew? A little nuances to everybody's routine.
Haula and Jokinen face off. Tangrady to the line. Party will play it for Redmond. In for Jokinen. Down for Blake Wheeler. Away from him by Haula. Brodin is after it, but it's kept in at the line by Adam Party. Brodin will try it again for Prosser. Wheeler jumps on the loose puck. Wheeler will leave it for Jokinen. He had a stick lifted by Matt Molson, and Haula will start back. Sends it into the jet zone. Adam Party trying to tight turn against Pominville. Lost his balance. Redmond through for Ole Jokinen. Skate to stick. Jokinen tried to snap that to the short side. It got blocked. Jared Spurgeon at center for Fontaine, and Fontaine trying to dump a deep fend on it. And back out the center, but Fontaine quickly back to gather it in and put it back in the jet zone. Redmond and Trouba play catch, and Redmond will send it ahead for Slater in NHL game 500. Anthony Peluso in on the forecheck. Peluso and Klingberg in a battle in behind the Minnesota goal. Niederreiter is there. Klingberg closes in on him. Sent ahead for Fontaine. And Justin Fontaine can't get anywhere. Anthony Peluso for Carl Klingberg. Klingberg taken to the backboards by Ryan Suter. Slater is on the loose puck. Back for Jacob Trouba. Cross ice for Stewart. Shot. Save. Brzgalov didn't know where it was. And Carl Klingberg didn't see it either, where he had the open side to tap that in. Trouba through the middle for Evander Kane. Kane's wrist shot goes off of Ryan Suter's stick, breaks it. Kane in on the forecheck, Spurgeon up the boards, Little blocked it. Kane trying to find a little bit of room. Kane tried to get it back to the blue line. It eventually does get there. Postma kicked at it against the checking of Fontaine. Koivu now without a stick as he gave his stick to Ryan Suter. Kane drops for Little. Paul Postma's in on the rush and couldn't get a shot. After it's Frolik. Enstrom for Kane, but he'll let it go. Tangradi and Spurgeon back to the line to Postma. Off a stick and finally controlled by the Wild. Coyle trying to get this in for Koivu. It's behind him, and that's going to be icing.
The Jets had that quick 3-on-2, and it all comes from a broken stick from Ryan Suter. And Mikko Koivu responsibly gave his stick to Suter. Here Suter, blade just flies right off on Vander Kane. He doesn't even know it, plays for it for a couple of seconds. We saw Ryan O'Reilly pick up his first penalty of his year that way. But then Koivu gets the bench, he needs a new stick. Busted change, all kinds of confusion, and that's when the Jets go the other way and get Postma that opportunity to get a shot on net. All because of those composite sticks who don't like to get hit with pucks. They just like to shoot them.
Yep. Shots in this period, speaking of shooting, the shots are just 5-3 in favor of Minnesota. Shot by Redmond, that was blocked before it got to Brizgalov. Ryan Suter, it's turned over. Devin Setaguchi, he's trying to get around Suter. Suter blocks him out. Adam Party in from the line. Back behind the net, Halischuk for Setaguchi. Setaguchi got tripped up on the play by Koivu. Coyle banks it off the boards and back to the Jets line. Setaguchi flips it in. After it goes Eric Odell. Rubbed out, turned over though, and the Jets control with Setaguchi. All the way around for Eric Odell. For Halischuk. Halischuk trying to get it to the front of the net. Does! It ricochets off a leg. And Brizgalov has to jump on that as it made its way back into the blue paint. No score as Brizgalov hangs on, or 1-0 Wild as Brizgalov hangs on.
There's a reason why Ryan Suter can play 30 minutes a night, and it's not just because he's in great shape and a great athlete. It's because he's a smart player. He doesn't get into long, extended battles. He beats players to the spot they're trying to get to and takes body position away and seals them off. Here comes Odell. Just lean on him. Then he doesn't have to get into a long battle because he just doesn't let them get to the ice they need to get to. And he does it time and again because he reads the play so well. Couple quick strides, and that enables him to conserve energy and play the full 30 minutes and then have a smile on the bench when he's just finished off a 2-minute penalty play on the ice trying to defend in his own end.
16 minutes and 37 seconds in this game for Suter. Averages 29.43 a game. We all talk about Erik Karlsson playing so much. Here comes Haula. Trying to cross ice feed, and a hooking penalty coming to the Winnipeg Jets. And the Minnesota Wild will get their third power play opportunity of the hockey game, and Tangradi didn't like the call.
They rarely do. He doesn't like it. It's a bit of a 3-on-3 for Minnesota, and he's on the back check there, and he gets the stick up into the chest of Molson. Molson doesn't go down, doesn't sell it, but it's that stick parallel to the ice across the jersey. And the standard tonight has been established as being very tight by the referees, and players will have to make adjustments the rest of the way.
Face off to the right of the Jets net as Michael Hutchinson makes his NHL debut. Most of his OHL career was with the Barrie Colts, finished it up with the London Knights. Pominville plays the point, drops it for Coyle. Back for Pominville, tees it up. Save made, glove hand save by Hutchinson, and he'll hang on.
Rebound control has been pretty good for Michael Hutchinson in this first game, something that can be hurt by nerves and first game jitters, but as the puck flows over to Jason Pominville, nobody in front of the net, and an easy save as everyone's cued to set up the offense from the right side, not the left.
Hutchinson faced 32 shots in a preseason game, a 3-1 loss against Ottawa. Pominville drops for Ryan Suter. for Mikko Koivu. Fakes, fires off a stick and high. Koivu after it in the corner. Back to the line, and it handcuffed Ryan Suter. And back into the Wild zone it goes. Wild winning 2-1 games in Minnesota. They won a shootout here. And then the Jets with a 6-4 win. This is the final game in the season series between these two teams. Blake Wheeler starts back shorthanded. 3-on-2 with Kane and Enstrom. And they're going to call Enstrom offside.
That's a rare one because there's plenty of time for everyone to get their spacing and to see Evander Kane who's offside. And I think they're going to say Blake Wheeler put himself offside as he kicks it over. He's leading the rush. And is he across the both? Yeah, he probably is. Once again, the linesmen are correct.
It was Wheeler up the middle, not Enstrom on the far side. Wheeler going to kill off some time, puts on the brakes against Justin Fontaine. Does a couple of pirouettes. Fontaine takes it away for Nino Niederreiter. Takes the shot, 40 seconds left in the power play. Spurgeon for Jonas Brodin, in for Nino Niederreiter. Back to Brodin and back for Molson. Now to Fontaine, to the front of the net, Brodin. Spurgeon, Fontaine. Back to the goal line for Matt Molson. Back for Fontaine and to the blue line for Spurgeon and back for Fontaine. Lots of puck movement, but no shots for the Wild on this power play so far. Back to Fontaine. Good save by Hutchinson. Or did that go off the stick and out?
I think it got a piece of Hutchinson and went out as the seam pass became available and Fontaine teed it up on the one-timer. Nice look from Brodin right here. It goes underneath Evander Kane and Michael Hutchinson just gets across to get a piece of that one. Nice soft pass, lying flat. Look at the flex on that stick. And he makes the blocker save to deflect it up in the mesh. Good stop.
Spurgeon for Brodziak. Power play is over. 2 shots on that power play for the Wild. Tangradi out of the box. Halischuk tried to send it ahead for Jim Slater. Jacob Trouba plays it back in behind his own net where it's taken by Mark Stewart. The head for Halischuk, on at center for Tangradi and into the Wild zone. 3 minutes left to go, second period, 1-0 Wild on a power play goal by Charlie Coyle. Jared Spurgeon with Tangradi taking him to the side wall. Matt Cook will chip this to the Jet zone. Postma for Enstrom and back around for Paul Postma. Enstrom with his 10th of the year on Saturday. That ties a career high for him. Up for Michael Frolik, who is 4 points shy of his career high for points in a year. Brian Little is after it. Brizgalov will play it away from Brian Little, taken by Michael Frolik. To the blue line for Zach Redmond. Redmond tried to get it deep, fanned on it. Frolik goes after it. Scandella ties him up. Little steals, tried to get it to Frolik. It was behind him. Blum is after it. Blum got spun around on the play. After it is Kane, couldn't hold it in. Kane and Blum, former Vancouver Giants. Through the middle for Brian Little, knocked off his stick by McCormick. And Adam Pardy will hustle back in his own zone, but he'll leave it for the right-handed shooting Zach Redmond. Cleary, a bouncer in on Brizgalov. Brodin is on it, being watched there by Tangradi. Out for Nino Niederreiter. Cross-ice speed was in behind Bayou, and the Wild will start all over. Scandella for Bayou, he'll send it in. Redmond goes after it, drops the shoulder into Bayou. Bayou went down. Niederreiter plays it back in behind the Jets net, and after it is Zach Redmond. For Trouba. Trouba delays and finds some room. For Blake Wheeler and on into the Wild, into the ice. Final minute of the second period. Parisi sends it in. Trouba and Parisi to the backboards. Parisi falls. Gets up, has the puck. Gets dumped on the play by Trouba. For Coyle. Coyle tried the sharp angle spinorama. That never got to the net. And Matt Halishchuk will start back. Halishchuk finds Wheeler. Wheeler on the right side. Sharp angle shot. Brizgalov to save. Wheeler tried to corral it off the backboards. Odell being watched by Jared Spurgeon. Spurgeon, nice pass there for Koivu. And Koivu on for Coyle. Backboard, Mark Stewart. For Setaguchi. For Odell. A dozen seconds in the period. Jets will try maybe get one last chance here. Matt Cook gets it and sends it right back out the center. Kane will go cross ice for Enstrom, and after a scoreless opening period, Charlie Coyle's power play goal has the Minnesota Wild in front 1-0. Evander Kane will be the topic of conversation as Gary Lawless will join us between periods 2 and 3 for another edition of Lawless and Order. Charlie Coyle with the only goal in this game as the Jets make their way off the ice, down by 1. 1-0, Coyle's 12th of the year. Shop at Safeway today. Watch future TSN Jets telecasts. You could win a week of unlimited luxury at Dreams Resorts and Spas, courtesy of redtag.ca. Shop at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner. 1-0 Minnesota. Mark Stewart will be happy. He'll be not in the penalty box for a power play goal. They've ruled that his penalty was at 19:05, and they officially timed the goal at 1:05, which would not make it a power play goal.
I don't know if that makes him happy. That gives him a minus then.
That's true.
When he steps out of the box. I think I'd rather be in there for the power play goal against.
Good point
If I
by
had
you.
to pick my poison.
Yes. Well, we'll keep working on that one. Because the clock clearly showed 2 seconds on the clock when, in the penalty clock, when the goal went in. But nonetheless, it's 1-0 in favor of the Minnesota Wild. Jared Spurgeon. Lead pass for Parise. In it goes. Trouba. For Blake Wheeler, and Wheeler on for Tangradi. Olli Jokinen floats the backhander through, and Eric Tangradi will go in after it. Brodin in the corner, trying to bat a loose puck away. Tangradi tried to track it down and got away from him. Tangradi and Brodin. Fontaine deflects it out, and here comes Matt Cook. Great start for the year for Matt Cook. He had 3 goals in his first 4 games as a member of the Minnesota Wild. Has 10 on the year. 10 on the year for Toby Enstrom as well. Back for Paul Postma.
And Matt Cook also got to the 1,000 game mark. Quite a career for a guy that has really revamped the way he plays. After he got in all those suspension issues with his questionable play.
He is the poster child for it can be done.
Yep. Zach Ronaldo will be paying attention.
Yes, 4-game suspension for him. Sharp angle shot, that went wide at the left point, kept in by Adam Pardy. Pardy plays it down for Devin Setaguchi. Eric Odell to the front of the net. Now Eric Odell for Halishchuk. Halishchuk trying to stuff it. Halishchuk stays on it. Back to the line for Adam Pardy. Adam Pardy. One move around Pominville. Pardy, another move. Pardy to the side of the net. And it got deflected away. Halishchuk back for Adam Pardy. He's brought some life to the crowd. Redmond to the side for Setaguchi. And a backhander by Odell off a stick and high. Setaguchi in front of the net. He got dumped before he could get a stick on it. And Pominville clears. Redmond right back in. For Pardy off a leg, and Pardy will slam it deep. Round taken by Peluso. Sharp angle save, Brizgalov. And Brizgalov has it jammed up as Peluso is trying to dig it free.
Good chances for the Winnipeg Jets here. Getting some pucks behind the net, then out in front, and Setaguchi almost pokes this one past Brizgalov. Just gets up and over, and it's like we're having flashbacks. Adam Pardy dancing Pominville inside, but one's not enough. Then he decides to dance Howla as well. But have we seen this before somewhere? Feels like we have, because A couple games ago, he did the very same thing, so playing a little confidence, and you know, he's taking a little good-natured heat on the bench from the guy saying, that's not really your game, is it?
The last game against Pittsburgh, the last home game, it resulted in Zach Redmond's first goal of the year. McCormick through for Nino Niederreiter. Slater back after it. Mark Stewart got bumped there by McCormick. Niederreiter's on it. Stewart bumps him off the puck. And Jacob Trouba with McCormick after him, a pair of eights. Trouba for Peluso. For Mark Stewart, the long lead pass. After it, Carl Klingberg trying to center it for Anthony Peluso. Peluso forced to the corner. Slater's after it. Niederreiter went down. Slater to the far side with Koivu. Koivu turned it over at the line for Paul Postma, and a good save by Brizgalov. Anthony Peluso with Scandella. Peluso away from him. Kane is on the loose puck. Jets certainly starting this period with some jump. And now Kane got clipped. Blum to the line. Michael Frolik holds it in. Ryan Little sends it deep. Scandella. Kane runs him into the sideboards. Coyle at the line and in. Coyle and Party battle. And Frolik gets it back for Zach Redmond. Back for Adam Party. Quickly on for Evander Kane. Kane on the left side with Little and Frolik. Andrew Ladd not in the lineup. Dustin Byfuglien not in the lineup. Byfuglien done for the year. Cleared out to center ice, and Redmond will go back. Other scratches for the Jets. Keaton Ellerby, Al Montoya, James Wright, Chris Thorburn, Grant Klitzum, Zach Bogosian, and Mark Scheifele. Ben Sherratt's a healthy scratch as Brizgalov hangs on to this.
Ilya Brizgalov, always a character. Always wanted to enjoy the moment. Fans started chanting his name as you were hoping they would, Dennis, and looking up saying, I want to hear a little more. Bring it on. Pump up the volume, I want to hear you. Didn't like that one. And then he gives it again, just as about to get a shot in on him, and he makes the save and controls the rebound. And that, in a nutshell, is Ilya Brizgalov. And now he will be serenaded just the way he likes, and he eggs him on again. And for the next 15 minutes, we'll be hearing that until the Jets score. Then he'll really hear it.
He got chased when he was in Philadelphia in this building. Redmond ahead for Wheeler, and Wheeler across ice for Tangradi. Tangradi plays it deep. Suter's after him around a Wheeler. Tried to get it to the front of the net. It got blocked. And back for Justin Fontaine. In for Matt Cook. Cook and Redmond to the backboards. Party jams it away. And Adam Party starts back for the Jets. For Ole Jokinen, and that didn't get anywhere, but Matt Cook is trapped inside the Jet zone offside.
Lots of eyes on Evander Kane in this game. First game back after that healthy scratch, and he's in a battle with Scandella, and he gets a little cheek on the dasher. He's not happy about it. He goes down. And this is what you like about Evander Kane, though. He finds the guy who did it and goes right after him. Took a healthy run at Scandella, finished him cleanly. But that's the kind of player he can be. He can dish it out just as good as he can take it, regardless of who is against.
17 on the year for Evander Kane. That's the same as he had last year in the shortened season. Had 30 the first year the Jets were here.
He hasn't found the rhythm this year with the injuries, in and out of the lineup.
Yes.
The inconsistent line mates. Just hasn't got into the flow. It's been a struggle all year long. And, 17 goals in a struggle, injury-filled season tells you what kind of talent he has.
4 times he's been out of the lineup because of various injuries.
Yeah. And it just wears on you when you never get that good feeling, that rhythm to your game.
Setaguchi back for Enstrom. Enstrom for Eric Odell, trying to get away from Prosser. To the blue line, Paul Postma for Enstrom. Deflected by Setaguchi. There was room on the glove side, and it just missed the net. Halishchuk back for Odell. Back for Paul Postma. Molson trying to chop it away from him, and it goes off a stick and out of play. Never a dull moment when Ilya Bryzgalov is in your nets. But he's played very well as he has stopped everything he has faced.
Off is clearly a unique character, having a little fun. But you talk about the need to be in the zone. He's up there egging the fans on while the puck's in the defensive zone. He's got to make a save. Gets up, eggs him on a little bit more, and the fans are happy to oblige him. But if I'm on the Minnesota Wild bench, I'm thinking, you know what? Less pumping up the crowd and more focusing on the puck. I know you've had great numbers since you've been here. I know you haven't lost yet, but we're trying to get in the playoffs, and we need these 2 points, so we need a puck. We don't need a puck drifting over your shoulder while you're having fun with the fans. I love
Anaheim,
the personality. I love enjoying the moment, but there is a game to be won.
From Anaheim to Phoenix to Philadelphia. Shot from the left side, Hutchinson to save. Then to Edmonton, and now he's the 4th #1 goalie for the Minnesota Wild this year because of injuries. Tangradi, rink wide for Olli Jokinen, 1-0 Wild. Jokinen on the forecheck along with Suter. Frolik on the far side. Blocks the chip pass as Parise tried to clear. Now Koivu will get it out. Koivu to center. Stewart stepped up on Charlie Coyle. Koivu with 13 points or 14 points now in his last 11 games for the Wild.
Too many men right there.
And the Jets get it into the Minnesota zone as that goes undetected. Cook chips it in. Hardy for Wheeler. Brodziak stays with Wheeler. Blum cross ice for Scandella. That shot is blocked. And Redmond will send it ahead to Evander Kane. Kane stopped at center ice by Justin Fontaine. Scandella through for Brodziak. For Matt Cook. Stopped by Blake Wheeler. And right back Brian Little. His pass was too far for Wheeler. Back to Bryzgalov for a second. Career save percentage against the Jets is .894, so that number not a terrific one, but he's been very good tonight. Setaguchi. Back to the line for Postma. Traffic in front as Odell went to the front post but couldn't get it through. Toby Enstrom all the way back, chased there by Pominville. Enstrom winds his way out of the zone to the line and carries it in. Enstrom for Eric Odell. In behind the net, but Howell's first on it. Postma's going to try hold it in, does. Now a quick shot by Halischuk, and that just missed with Setaguchi in front. Enstrom all the way in from the line. Enstrom trying to jam it back for Halischuk. Blocked. Odell is there. Howell is there. Odell tripped up on the play. And the puck cleared by the Wild. Stewart back for Anthony Peluso. Peluso squeezed out by Prosser. Spurgeon is after it. Klingberg takes him to the backboards. Trouba shot from the line. That went wide. Halischuk back to the front, or rather, Peluso back to the side of the net looking for Klingberg. Klingberg banks it out front. Grabbed off and cleared out the center ice. McCormick back for the Wild. For Spurgeon. Calgary has defeated New Jersey 1-0 in a huge game for the Devils. Trouba. Ahead for Slater. Sends it deep, goes in after it. Slater and Scandella. Around for Frolik. Frolik is taken to the corner boards hard and knocked down on the play. Coyle comes rink wide for Scandella. Stopped at center ice by Tangradi. Back in for Michael Frolik. Frolik spins it around all the way to the right point. No one there. Parise got bumped there by Tangradi. And Blum will take it and clear it for Charlie Coyle. He stopped and right back for Tangradi with Frolik. Frolik wide on Scandella, and Scandella takes it away. For Coyle, looking for a line change, just chips it deep. 9.5 to go here, third period. It stays 1-0 Wild. Suter for Brodziak, and he'll bounce it in, and Michael Hutchinson is going to hang on to it. Charlie Coyle's goal in the second period stands as the only goal of this game as Blum rides Frolik into the corner boards hard.
How well Adam Party is playing, moving his feet and making plays. He's full of confidence. He's a stay-at-home defenseman, but a couple games ago against Pittsburgh, we saw this little pull to the inside, another pull to the inside as he dances in to create some offense. This is not the exact same play, but same guy pull to the inside, and another pull to the inside as Adam Party is showing off the full package of his offensive repertoire here late in the year. And he has been a pleasant surprise for this Jets team this year, adding some stability in that third pairing.
Started as a healthy scratch, went down to the ice caps for a bit as Hutchinson makes another save, got recalled, and then was in and out of the lineup. But since January 5th, he went into the lineup, and he has not come out since. And when you look at his ice time, the last 10 games, it has been 15 minutes, 16 minutes, as high as 18:08, and then as high as 19:18 in the game in Phoenix. And he's played 14 minutes and 15 seconds in this game tonight.
And it's so hard for any player, but especially one who plays the role he does, to go in and out of the lineup and then win the trust of a new coach. And he's done it.
Off the corner boards, Matt Cook turns it over, chipped away by Halishchuk. After it goes Odell. 1-0 Wild. Brodziak back in, the long shot. Hutchinson the save. 9 minutes now left to go in the third period. Brodin sends this in. Devin Setaguchi trying to pick it up cleanly, could not. Fontaine taken to the backboards by Eric Odell, and on the loose puck is Jacob Trouba. Into the Minnesota zone. Bryzgalov leaves it there for Ryan Suter. Suter being watched by Evander Kane. Rink wide for Pominville. Pominville, sharp angled shot, and a save made by Hutchinson, and he'll hang on. Scotiabank Wednesday night hockey brings you a doubleheader this week. Montreal will head into Chicago to take on the Blackhawks, and that'll be followed by Los Angeles and the Calgary Flames. Live coverage gets underway on TSN at 6:30 p.m. Central. Live streaming also available on tsn.ca and TSN Go. Kane sends this all the way down the ice, and this is going to be an icing call.
Good push to start this third period for the Jets. Not going to roll over and give this one away, and Paul Maurice is not happy with the ability to string passes together and create some flow to their game. It has been stop and go, and just the way that the Wild want to make you play, but they haven't been able to assert any kind of imprint on the game thus far.
Turned over, sharp angle chance, steered away, and back for Evander Kane. Blum and Kane are after it. Around the boards to Wheeler, and back for Kane. Kane trying to jam it to the front of the net, does. Ends up on the stick of Wheeler. Wheeler to the far side, lets the shot go quickly, and Bryzgalov to save. Kane now knocked down by Scandella. And the puck is taken by Matt Molson, and he'll clear it out to center ice.
Paul Maurice trying to get something going. Little, Wheeler, and Kane now in the bona fide #1 line altogether.
Wheeler in on the forward check. Coyle clears it away. Little goes after it. Little in a battle at the line with Charlie Coyle, and as it's brought in, it's offside.
And here's Scandella coming in, and we've seen worse been or less been called for a penalty in tonight's game. Little cross check in the bat, and consistency is all players ever want. They know what's a cross check, what's a slash, and keep that standard consistent throughout the game, and their players will make adjustment. Generally, that call has not been a penalty, but the way it's been called through the first two periods tonight, could have been.
Mark Stewart, if you're taping the Final Four, hit the mute button for a couple of seconds, because we're going to update that game, so we'll give you a couple seconds to do that. A couple seconds are over. Connecticut is leading Kentucky 35-31 at the half. Mark Stewart jumps in from the line. Played around the boards. After it goes Ryan Suter. Trouba's in from the line. Trouba back for Frolik. Frolik out there with Jokinen and Tangradi. To the blue line for Trouba. Trouba trying to get that to the front of the net. Could not. Pile up in front of the net as Jokinen all tied up there with Jared Spurgeon. Frolik a shot. Changed directions and Bryzgalov got a piece of it. Stewart steps up at the line, but Spurgeon will slip it back into the Jet zone. 6.5 now to go in regulation. Trouba chased back by Stéphane Veilleux. Trouba the long lead pass, and Bryzgalov is going to snare that and hang on to it.
Taylor Bryzgalov having a nice night. So is Michael Hutchinson. First game in the NHL. Giving up 1 goal on 17 shots. A almost power play goal to Charlie Coyle that just drifted through him, but he's looked pretty solid. Hasn't been asked to do too much, but he looks comfortable in there. And it's not all that you could expect out of a guy playing in his first game.
Were you comfortable in your first game?
I think I was. It was against Tampa. They weren't very good, so it wasn't quite as difficult an assignment as what a goalie would have to face.
You wire a couple?
I picked up an assist.
It's good.
I got cut for 10 stitches. I figured it was a pretty good start.
Well, you got a souvenir in both cases. First
exactly.
Point, some scars to show for it.
And we won.
That's the main thing. Halishchuk dumps it in. Brodin with Setoguchi after him. Off a leg to the front of the net. Adam Party at the line. Plays it back down for Setoguchi. Odell heads to the front of the net. Penalty coming up as Setoguchi got wrapped up by Jared Spurgeon. To the line. 6 attackers. Redmond floats it to the front of the net. Setoguchi cross ice. After it is Party. Delayed call. Knocked off a stick of Party. And this is going to make its way wide. And the Wild might have been arguing that one if it would have made it into the net. Power play for the Winnipeg Jets when we come back.
Nate Prosser into the box for the Wild as he gets caught by the quick feet of Devin Setoguchi. He comes leading with his stick. Setoguchi sees him coming and he wraps him up, puts the can opener on him, open hand, you name it. Easy call to make, and in a game that has had so little 5-on-5 offense for the Jets, golden opportunity here. 5.5 left going on the power play.
Power play 0 for 3 tonight. Last 15 games, 23%. The power play has been clicking very well for the Winnipeg Jets, and here's a time to do some damage and try and get something out of this hockey game. Puck was not dropped fairly. They'll do it all over again.
Brian Little debating. That puck didn't even get out of linesman Matt McPherson's hand. He knocked it out on the way down.
Minnesota Wild coming into tonight had only been shorthanded 233 times. Only 3 teams fewer. Shot from Redmond. Save Bryzgalov. And he'll hang on for a face-off.
That was a knuckler coming in as Trouba teed it up right off the one draw. Good job, good battle scrambling it. Never sits flat and comes up and then dips down into the body. You can see that thing floating on into Bryzgalov.
Brodin around the boards. It doesn't get out, and now it will get cleared by Kyle Brodziak. Toby Enstrom will chase it back into his own zone. Kane along with Trouba, Enstrom, Wheeler, and Little on the power play. Little to the front of the net for Wheeler, and it got deflected away by Bryzgalov. Wheeler tried to center it. That almost went off a skate. Taken by Little, trying to jam it up the boards, and Cook clears it. The down low pass, and I think it was Bryzgalov who deflected it away from Wheeler.
Might have been Bryzgalov, might have been Brodin. Just getting a stick on that would have been a back door.
Here comes Wheeler cutting to the inside, and getting back to knock it away from him was Parise. Enstrom. Slowly out of his own zone, finds Trouba. Trouba will whip it in. Frolik goes in along with Jokinen, and the Wild win that battle. And McCormick will clear it down the ice. Hutchinson will play this ahead for Devin Setoguchi. Back for Zach Redmond. Now for Michael Frolik, and he'll send it in. Brodin with Jokinen in after him. Jokinen comes up with it, but it's jammed off his stick. Kept in at the line by Redmond. Back to the line from Frolik. Redmond for Postma. Right on Bryzgalov. Wasn't sure if he had it. He squeezes his arm against his body, and that's where the puck is. And we get another stoppage.
It's a heavy shot from Paul Postma as he tries to squeeze one underneath Bryzgalov. And he's got that big bomb from the point. And Kyle Brodziak out there, he's a defensive player for a reason. You get the puck on your stick right here, you gotta make a good play. He fans on the backhand. The Jets keep the puck alive, and right after that, D-to-D, and the unloaded one-timer that Bryzgalov just squeezes with his elbow.
Third shot on goal in this game for Paul Postma. He'll shovel that for Zach Redmond. Redmond plays it around the boards, dying seconds of the power play. Postma's gonna hold it in for Blake Wheeler. Back for Postma, but it came outside the line. Power play over, 2 shots on goal on that power play for the Jets. Postma feeds it through. Here comes Brian Little, snaps it short side. Bryzgalov to save. Snapped off the boards and back to the Jets line. Coyle giving chase on Mark Stewart. Back for Paul Postma. Lead pass for Kane. Kane going wide. Kane to the middle. Knocked off his stick. Odell follows up. Adam Pardy jumped in from the line. Back for Kane. Kane gets squeezed out there on a good defensive play by Ryan Suter, who got himself between Kane and the puck. Haula wrapped up in the corner. Haula's scored in back-to-back games for Minnesota coming into tonight. Charlie Coyle has the only goal of this one. Suter's shot. That went wide short side. Halishchuk ahead for Setaguchi. Wilder changing. Odell pokes it in. Eric Odell around Spurgeon. Quickly getting back to knock it away was Kyle Brodziak. Jets have to clear the zone to get themselves back on side. Jets have been shut out twice this season. Once by Montreal and once by San Jose. Brodziak on the backhand, floats it in. Enstrom and Matt Cook in the corner. Taken by Olli Jokinen. We'll keep an eye on Michael Hutchinson as time winds down here. Trouba ahead for Tangradi. Tangradi to the line, cuts to the left, lets the shot go. And Ilya Bryzgalov makes the save. And he will hang on to it. We'll have player changes for both teams.
Minute 44 left. Don't be surprised if Ryan Suter plays basically the rest of the game. And we talked about how efficient he is. Vander Kane, one of the strongest, fastest players that the Jets have to offer. Just gets in his way, slows him down right here. Slows down, seals him off, barely even has to bump him because Kane is chasing the long way around. Seals him off, passes it up, and out the wild go. And minute 44, and Paul Maurice not kidding around anymore. Michael Hutchinson out of the net, 6-on-5, almost 2 minutes left.
6 attackers for the Jets. Jokinen, it's tied up in the face-off circle, comes back to Wheeler. Wheeler for Toby Enstrom, lets the shot go off of Brodin and wide. Jokinen trying to dig it free for Kane. Kane back to the right point for Trouba. Back for Kane, on for Jokinen. He's watched there by Koivu. Parisi is on it, and Parisi will send this down the ice. And it goes wide, but they wave off the icing. Enstrom was kind of caught whether he really wanted to catch up to it or not. Cross ice now for Trouba. Clear it in, but the Wild will clear it right back out. And when Parise cleared it, that allowed them to make the defensive change and get Ryan Suter out there. We are into the final minute, as again it's cleared down the ice. Paul Postma tight turns, and Postma back for the Jets. Gets to center and fires it in. Jared Spurgeon waits for it along the boards. Brian Little tried to trap it, could not. And Matt Cook will get it out to center. Back in for Setaguchi. Bryzgalov will play it for Spurgeon. Up the boards and back to center.
Matt Cook's out there at the end of the game for a reason. 2 strong plays on the wall, getting the puck over the blue line.
Frolik sends it in, 23 seconds. Brodziak trying to send it out. kept in by Redmond for Michael Frolik. Frolik looking to the front of the net. Frolik finds Postma, and the save Brizgalov. Setaguchi tried to center it. Hit the side of the net. Jared Spurgeon can't clear. One last chance for Postma, and his stick breaks. And the Minnesota Wild will win this one by a score of 1-0. Back-to-back shutouts for Ilya Brizgalov as he picks up career shutout number 34, his fourth of the season and third as a member of the Minnesota Wild.
And the unbelievable story that Brizgalov is writing to close out this season with Minnesota continues as they get to within 1 point of clinching a playoff spot, and didn't have too much to do, but late Winnipeg made their push, had a couple chances, and he very calmly turned them aside. And then the stick blowing apart there for Postma as time was just expiring. But it really was a team effort defensive clinic by the Minnesota Wild, not giving the Jets much of anything, securing their 1-0 win.
12 saves in the third period for Brizgalov as the Jets outshot the Wild 12-4. Our post-game show is next. Stay with us.